Hello, welcome to my channel, or the resurgence of my channel. I have been here before and I deleted all of that content from before, but now I'm back. Just as a quick introduction, my name is Lisa. I am a secondary school teacher in Dublin. I teach Irish and I teach English. And what? I think I've always wanted to make like vlog style videos, like just like everyday videos, but I also really love books, so I think books would play a big part in my videos. Previously, when I did upload before, they were mainly book videos, and I think at the time I had a lot more time to dedicate to books, whereas now it's just like a side quest in my life. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, blah blah blah. So this is my first video, but it's not my first video. It's my first video back. I am flying to England tomorrow because my fiance is English. He's in England at the minute. He went on Monday. And I'm going tomorrow morning. I'm going for Easter weekend. We're coming home together next Monday. But I'm in the middle of reading a book. And that book is The Conditions of Will by Jess Hastings. And it's the only Jess Hastings book that I have not read yet. I am, I think, exactly halfway through it. And the problem I have is I'm only bringing an under the seat bag with me tomorrow, which means if I bring that book, it's going to take up a huge amount of space in the bag because it's a huge book. But I don't want to start a new book on my Kindle when I'm in the middle of reading this. So it is currently 7:30 in the evening and I want to see if I can finish this book by 7:30 tomorrow morning. I have exactly 12 hours until I need to get up and get showered and ready to go. So yeah, let's see if I can finish this book before then. Also, I have already filmed the intro and everything to this video, but I was watching back the clips and I was just thinking to myself, oh my god, you did that with no makeup on, and the old me who used to record the old videos would not have picked up this camera if she didn't have a full face with a wing and lash and everything. So that's growth. Right, so I told a lie. I didn't start at 7:30 because I had to look everywhere to find a charger for this camera. I was trying to see if this mic that I have for my phone would work with the camera. Obviously audio quality has gone up and up and up so much since I originally was using this camera for videos. I think this camera I bought in like 2018, maybe 2019, and I know the sound isn't great, but the only input I have is, it's like the weird shaped one. It's not lightning, it's like, anyway, this is USB-C, so obviously it doesn't fit in, which is fine. I just need to see if I can get a mic somewhere because otherwise the quality will not be good. Now it is almost 8 o'clock and I'm ready to go back to my book. I am on page, I'm on page 239, which I think is like exactly halfway. I'm going to check on Goodreads now. Okay, so I'm 51% of the way into this book, which means I have 49% to read, and it's taken me 3 days, I think, to read this 51%. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I'm keeping the TV off. I'm going to try not look at my phone. 50% of the way through, and I love it. I honestly love it so much. It's like kind of like background drama, like lore from back in the day. That would be like something like what you'd find like the Magnolia Parks universe, and then there is little like connections between the main character in this and some of the characters in that universe, which I love when she does that, because she also did that with Time of Your Life. There was like a connection there as well. Don't want to give any spoilers, but like Oliver, what's his problem? Like obviously I know his problem is he's an alcoholic, and that's not a secret. That's like, you learn that straight away. But why is he such a bitch? I don't know. Hopefully that gets resolved or like figured out. And let's go. Okay, so I definitely shouldn't be stopping to give an update because I got distracted by my phone and was playing with camera settings for a really long time. But we just had a Henry crossover in this. So if you love Magnolia Parks, so I do, you love Henry because everyone loves Henry, and he's like mentioned, which is so cute. Obviously this book has like trigger warnings for like sexual abuse and things like that, but I love how it's written. I just love the character, the main character, Georgia. I just think is a really good representation of her type of person. She's not going to be for everybody, but I like her. I think she's great. And I like her even more now that I know she knows Henry. I hope that stays. I am 60 something% of the way through this book at the minute. And I've said like I love it and I love Georgia as the main character and everything, but 62% of the way in, and only now is what it says on the back happening. Like the back of it says that they have to set out on a road trip to uncover the truth about their father's life. But the road trip is only like they literally just got in the car. It's 60% of the way in and they literally just got in the car. And then the other thing that is kind of bothering me is one of the brothers' AA sponsor is like the love interest. But so he's come home for the dad's funeral with the brother to like keep him sober. But he doesn't spend like barely any time with the brother because he's like always with the Georgia, the main character. Like even before the like romantic side of things came out, like he was always like by her side and like with her. It's only been like a couple of days. Like the book is like it's 60% of the way in, but it's only like 3 or 4 days into like the plot. But like the majority of the time he's with Georgia, not with the other brother who needs him. And then the other thing is, I don't know if I have like a dodgy edition, but like there's loads of grammar mistakes in this. And I don't know if the English teacher in me is like, this is really annoying, or if it just is really annoying. Like I'm enjoying the plot and I'm enjoying Georgia as a main character, and I enjoyed the AA sponsors, the love interest, and like Georgia's relationship with all of her siblings and stuff, and like learning about her past and all that. Like I am enjoying the plot, but why some of the stuff is just not adding up to me and it's getting annoying. I don't think I'm gonna get this finished. I have so much I have so much to read and it's almost 10 o'clock because I got so distracted. I'm gonna read till 12, so I've got 2 more hours to read, but I'm a really slow reader. I have just found out that this camera doesn't have a mic input, which means I can never have a mic on it. I can record audio separately and then I'd have to like overlap it in editing, and there's no way I'm going to do that, so I don't know what I'm going to do with a mic situation, but finding that out railroaded me again. So now I am 75% of the way through the book and it's 11 p.m. and I have to kind of lower my voice because there's other people who have gone to bed now in the house, which is why the mic situation is so annoying. I am now going to turn off the big light and put my jammies on and actually get into bed and then read hopefully until 12. If I can get to like 90% of the way, I might get up early in the morning and try to finish the book, because I just really want to be finished before I go away tomorrow. I have to leave the house at like 8:50. Hopefully next update I'll be 90% of the way done. Okay, so it's 12:30 and I am 92% of the way done with the book. I was loving it, like absolutely loving it, but one of the sisters, well, the only sister, and one of the brothers, I kind of thought they'd like mellow out by now, and they haven't. I need to go to bed, and I have, I think, like 30 or 40 pages left, so I'm either going to just use my little reading light and finish it now, or get up early in the morning and finish it then. Unless something goes wrong, I should get this finished before I get that plane tomorrow. It has been almost a full week since I started this video. I have gone away and come back, and I'm only now getting around to do the outro. So I stayed up that night and I finished the book. I got it finished just before 1 o'clock in the morning, I think, and then I was up the next day and away, and I never got a chance to do my outro. So my final thoughts on this book are that I gave it, I think, 3.75 stars on both Goodreads and Fable, and I'll link both of my profiles for that below. I was loving this book and it could have been a 5-star read. It was actually going to be a 5-star read for me up until kind of the end, when the family issues just didn't land the way I thought they would. There was kind of like some twists. One of the twists I started to expect at one point. Obviously there's a lot of family drama in this, but Georgia is our main character, and one of the things well, the main thing that her sister had done to her as a teenager was just so weird and like very strange. And maybe it's like supposed to be like, it's like an expose kind of like these things happen in family life, and I know that these things do happen in family life, but it was just such a weird thing to have happened between two sisters. And then I didn't really understand why the oldest brother and Georgia didn't get along as teenagers. Like, it was kind of framed to us like the one of the brothers and sisters was against the other brother and sister, like always. They were like pitted against each other. But I just didn't understand what the older brother's problem was with Georgia, to be honest. And like their relationship, there was development there and there was growth, and that all kind of, I understood it by the end. Like, I understood where they were together. And then the alcoholic brother, whose name was Oliver, so he had brought his sponsor home for his dad's funeral. That's all on the back of the book. That's not a spoiler. Some of his actions were very odd, in my opinion, and I suppose I've never had that close of a relationship with somebody who was an alcoholic or anybody suffering from addiction. So I suppose maybe those actions are normal for someone like him, but some of his actions I just thought were a bit dramatic. He was just a bit mean for no reason. I liked Georgia herself as a main character, and I liked to see her like relationship and dynamic with her family, even the messed up ones. But some of it just didn't sit right with me. I mentioned this in a previous clip, but I had a lot of really bad like grammar and spelling mistakes in my copy, and this has happened to me in another Jessa Hastings book. It was one of the Daisy Hates books in Magnolia Parks universe, where there was a lot of like spelling grammar mistakes, and it makes it really difficult to read. Again, I mentioned before, I don't know if that's because I'm an English teacher, so I'm like constantly picking out the mistakes, or if it's just any regular person also has an issue with that. But I found that kind of took away from my enjoyment, and it took me out of the story a little bit while I was trying to figure out what they were trying to say. Overall, it is a really good book. I did enjoy it, and I liked the plot of it, even though I didn't like some of the subplots. The ending, I think, was a little bit rushed. I mean, it's a long book, but I feel like the beginning of it was drawn out so much that then the middle and the end were like rushed and pushed together. Whereas I would have liked to see them get to the road trip quicker, and then all like the things that happened after that began to like be fleshed out a little bit more, rather than so much detail and stuff in the beginning. But overall, it was 3.75 for me. I think I originally was like, oh, it's 3.5, and I thought about it a bit more, and I was like, I enjoyed it for so long while I was reading it, that there's like, it's definitely wasn't 4-star because I didn't like so much stuff about it, but it was 3.75 in the end for me. Thank you for watching. If you watched the whole way to the end, thank you so much. And I am hopefully going to be back again soon with another video. And if you would like to see that, please subscribe to my channel. Bye!